So we're here in this lovely spot, but it's time for us to leave. There's no water at this campsite. So we thought we'd take you along on a bit of a how to figure out van life. We've just run out of water, we've got to empty the toilet, and we've got to find a campsite for tonight. So we thought we'd show you what we do in a morning in the van. Ben's really busy with work. It's a Wednesday, so he's got to finish the YouTube edit today, and I was super busy on the weekend, so I've been a bit quiet with work the last few days. So I had a bit of a slow morning. I actually just watched some of the OC in bed for an hour before I got up. Then I did some yoga. Now it's time for coffee, and I've got a little bit of work to do and a little bit of editing to do as well. So first, coffee, and then we can get going for the day. Getting to Belmont and you live on the road, I love it. It takes quite a bit of getting used to, but to be able to make cafe quality coffee anywhere, it's worth the hassle. Normally I make two, and I make a hot one and then I have an iced coffee for later. Ben doesn't drink coffee, so yeah, just to be able to have really nice coffee anywhere, it's worth it. Van's up there, Van's there. Go Joey! Hello, mama kangaroo. Bye! Okay, it is about what, 1 o'clock. Ben's got his work done. I've got my work done. The YouTube is uploading, but the internet isn't great here. It's taking about an hour to upload a 15-minute video. But we're ready to hit the road, and we're going to do some research about where we're actually going. We're headed down to Walpole, I think, and there's a little loop to drive around. So first thing on the agenda though is finding water, as we have just run out. So really need that. Actually, this campsite has a dump point, so I'm going to use that while we can. Okay, gross but done. I can't even wash my hands properly. I just have to use hand sanitizer because we literally have no water. Grey water, toilet emptied. Ben luckily got out of that one. He found some last minute editing that he needs to do. So I'm going to drive and we're going to pick that up. He's going to do a bit of that and try and find a water, but I did just look it up and we may have stuffed up. Forgot to do it at the last place. Whoops. So we also need fuel today, so I use an app called Petrol Spy to look up where we're going and to find the cheapest fuel available. Not much of a difference because we're in a small town, but sometimes you can save up to 20-25 cents a litre, so it is good to download the fuel apps.
So, every single day we use this app right here. It is Wikicamp, and it is just an absolute lifesaver. We're currently in Walpole, and we need to find somewhere to sleep tonight, but also find some water. So, I click on the filter up here, and I'll turn off caravan park, backpacker hostels, day use, point of information, info. So I'm just leaving up dump points and water sites and campgrounds. So straight away I can see there's a water point in town. So what I'll do is I'll just save that for later because we need to head there. There's no caravan parks around, there's no campsites. There you go, there's a couple on this road, so try that. Northwest of Walpole Rest Area. I'll save it for my favourites and we'll check it out later, see how we get on.
A hose adapter. Just from Bunnings, nice and cheap. And now we wait. We also like to fill all our water bottles up when we're filling up the tanks. Just that little bit of extra water. It is very rare for us to actually run this dry on water. We don't have a gauge to see how much water we have left in the tank, so we actually carry a spare 10 litres of water in the back, and that'll last us 2 days of drinking water. And when you can see what you're using, you use a lot less water than when it's on a tap. So yes, we were dry, but we're not stupid about it. We do try and fill up before we get to this point. We overfilled the tanks a bit, hey Ben?
Yeah, I turned the tap onto full instead of off by mistake. Uh-oh, too much water and now it's pouring out. Oh well.
Okay, chores done. Time for some lunch, and then I think we're going for a drive and gonna explore. Yay! Look what we just pulled up into. Wow! Wow! I was not expecting that. Walpole's tingle tree. Can walk right through it. Let's go. It's pretty cool. It's pretty creepy in here, but worth a drive. Beautiful drive too. So we can't get the drone up because it's so windy, but you're driving alongside the ocean with great views, and then we've got lovely sun flares coming in through the trees. Oof. So this is a pretty random roadside pull in. Got the van there.
Random for us.
Well, not random for us. There's a little fire pit down there. We found it on Wiki Camps, and the highway is just behind that bush. So if you don't like noise, it's not for you, but it's good. It's free for us. We've had a lovely day, and we're just going to lock up inside anyway. Except we've had a bit of an explosion today. I don't know what happened while we were driving. Stuff's falling everywhere.
It's so dusty.
We did a tiny bit of off-roading today.
Yeah.
So it's not always glamorous where we stay, but sometimes these roadside places are just perfect. It doesn't look it, but it's already 7 o'clock, so we're just ready to heat up some dinner and jump in bed. We've already got the bed out, watch a movie and call it a day. We're pretty knackered, and tomorrow our plan is to drive to Pemberton. I have no idea how far it is. Not far in the grand scheme of Australia anyway, so good night. Good Good morning. So often when we stay on roadside places like this, it can be really noisy from road noise, but it's been super quiet here. One car just left and it's just us. So Ben's still asleep, I'll do a bit of yoga. I think we'll make breakfast and a coffee here. On other days, we'll get up and just drive 10 minutes to a nice viewpoint or a pretty car park or something. But today we've got an hour inland to drive, so we'll get our things done in the morning and then head there, and we've got a swim awaiting us. So often you can stay at caravan parks, you can find them on wiki camps too. They have all the amenities we found yesterday. However, we much prefer saving that money to spend in the bakery or the pub, and honestly an extra 10-minute drive. Well, this one was on our way to where we wanted to go today, and it all really adds up. Caravan parks can range from $30 a night, which we do pay sometimes, to $50, $60 a night for unpowered, and it's unsustainable when you're living on the road full time. So this is how we find free camps, and yeah, this is how we find all our amenities to fill everything up with while living on the road. Cool. Not what I want today. We drove back on ourselves 3 minutes to find a toilet, and anyway, had to pull back in here because the van was acting up. It's like shuddering, so we're hoping, fingers crossed the spark plug has just come loose, but the engine's really hot, so we've got to wait for it to cool down. It's my birthday tomorrow. It's my 30th tomorrow, and I really didn't want to have a broken down van, and we are 4.5 hours away from Perth, so puts us in a bit of a predicament if we need a tow. Fingers crossed it doesn't get to that. So we're looking at these, we're following them down there. This has happened to us before. There's 3 down there and 3 down in here, but I can still feel the heat coming back from here, and we don't have any good gloves. The best we got is this, eh? I even checked the coolant and oil this morning and it was doing great. Alright, well, I feel like we're getting pretty good at dealing with these sitch, but I'm a bit upset about it today, being my birthday and all. We just wanted a quick two weeks away where we get back to Perth and then do the last fixes to the van. I think our gearbox is going, so I'm really dreading the fact that it could be that. Our on-call mechanic. Lucky we have reception. It's always better when you have reception, or you have to... Hey Dad. Hey, so one of the spark plugs is definitely loose. We've just got to fiddle it, get it in the right angle to get it back into place, I think. Fingers crossed that's it. We found a stockist of the spark plug leads that we need. It was about an hour away. The van was driving. We fixed it a little bit and it was somewhat better, but we had to drive it in 3rd gear even though it's an auto. All the way here up some winding hills, so we're a bit slow, but the roads were quiet and we got the parts, so fingers crossed this works. We're gonna try and fit them. They're about they were $110, so if this works, not a very expensive fix. Fingers crossed, hey?
So the spark plug and fix seems to have done the job, and the car is driving. We fixed the van, we think.
For now. We've done like a 20-minute drive and now we're on some gravel road and it's running great.
So far so good.
It might not seem like a big deal, but I'm super pumped that we fixed that without paying to go to a mechanic. Yes, we had reception the whole time, and yes, we were able to Google what to do, but we still fixed it a spark plug. I mean, it's not a big deal, but to us, I'm pretty impressed that we did that.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. So we're in the woods.
We got very lost just then and it took us an hour and a half to find this place when it should have taken 20 minutes. But it's lovely, the camp host is very nice. It's like 5:30 and we can't bother to drive anywhere else, so we'll stay here tonight and we'll wake up and have a lovely swim to start the morning.
We started off Shelley's 30th birthday with a cold dip in the river next to the campsite.
getting better at that.
It's concentrated as well in a lot of spice inside, like Eastern spice. Here in Australia, when I always explain we use this.
From Shannon Campground, we headed south to Walpole and then back up to Margaret River for Shelley's birthday. We went out for an amazing dinner in town at La Scarpetta, followed by funky cocktails at Yonder. A couple of Shelley's best friends booked us in for a wine tasting at lunch at Glenity Road Vineyard, which was just incredible.
Pickles, I now like olives, jalapenos, mustard, like, it must be 30. I'm so glad it's my birthday and Ben waiting for us to drive. So where we are is fabulous. So all of the wine and the vineyards are made on site, and all of the food is farm to plate, and it's absolutely incredible. It's all from the local farms just around, and instead of a focus on mass production, it's all a focus on sustainability and how we can support everything. And I am here for it. It's incredible. Thank you, Laura and Megan. You guys are absolutely incredible. I love you so much. Best present. So this is avocado and chocolate. That's so good. You have to try it. Avocado cheesecake.
We didn't actually film that much in Margaret River. We were having too much of a good time. Every time we went to leave, it drew us back again and again, and we ended up spending almost 3 weeks here. It's up there with Exmouth as one of our absolute favourite places on the trip so far. So enjoy this collection of photos. Please like, subscribe and comment if you enjoyed this video.